A prop that stood out to me in Solo, a Star Wars movie, was the Munit'Kad Halberd, otherwise known as the Mandalorian Executioner axe. So I decided to make my own. I started by 3D modeling up in SolidWorks what I wanted mine to look like. I then 3D printed all the pieces except for the shaft, which is made from 1-inch PVC. I used 6 feet of it, but cut it into pieces basically to make my assembly easier based on the space I was working in. Now, each of my pieces I printed so that they could easily line up and they should fit snugly on a 1-inch Schedule 40 PVC pipe that you can get from any box store. As you can see here, assembly is relatively simple. You just pick the pieces up and put them together as you want it to be assembled. Each one of the grips is 6 inches long. They're made in a way that you can line them up and you can make your grip as long as you want. You'll see I made one grip 6 inches and the other grip 12 inches. I modeled the grip end greeblies in a way that they make a nice transition from the shaft to the grip. I'm going to add some texture to my grip later. I have not done that yet, so you won't see that in this video. For the heatsink, I broke it up into individual pieces. I chose to print 6 of them. Each one has a tab that lines up with the one above it, so that when you twist them into place, they lock down. Because of the way I made the heatsink pieces, I decided to not put a top spacer. So next is assembling the head. The little steps you see in there, those are actually dowels that I put in separately. They're not needed, but to make it easier for lining it up. I slide on the first bracket, get this one put into place. I then align the second bracket up. It was a little snug. I have since made changes to my model so that those slide on much easier without having to sand the inside. Then the top half of the head. So I originally modeled the head so that it would be just a left and a right, and then decided to divide it up so it would print easier on smaller beds. As you see here, there's 4 pieces. I've even made it more cuts to even make it smaller if needed. Everything slides together. There's no hardware needed to hold it together. Once it's dry fitted, I recommend gluing to keep it in place. But for what I'm doing here, it's all just dry fitted, and you can see how snug it fits, nothing sliding out. Now the cap, I noticed, didn't quite fit in properly. I know I sized it right, so I grabbed my deburr tool and I deburred the inside of the PVC pipe. Doing that on camera is not the easiest thing to do. But once I did a little deburr, the cap snapped right in without any problem. Now here's the finished dry fit assembly. I decided to take it back apart, do a little bit of painting. Here I'm aging the head. I'm not 100% happy with my final outcome that this gave me, but I wanted to get this out there to show people what I did. Trying to get some dark spots into the crevices so that when I wipe away the paint, it looks like it's well aged. I think my finished product is going to be more of a darker color with some of the silver shining through. I will probably get to that sometime in the future. I have way many more projects ahead of it. Here you can see some of my paint work. I'm not happy with the gloss on the shaft. I'm probably going to go over that again to dull it up and age it. I'm also not happy with the silver and black. That will be changed. But one thing I am very happy with is the way everything fits. It slides together, keeps snug, yet still can be adjusted as needed. So here's the finished product, semi-finished. Here's all the pieces, and like I said, it's adjustable. You can print and make as many pieces as you want, and C3PO seems to approve.